Welcome, my friend. So, today I am going to answer two questions about my future and career in the process of answering might help you with yours as well. And especially, I have taken into the account about the factor called AI into this as well. So, I think this might be something of value for you. So let's move on to the two questions that I've been talking about 10 seconds ago. So let me just open it up. So the first question is, am I charging ahead to a dead end? The meaning of that question is, are you wasting your time by doing what you're doing? Are you not focusing on the right thing? Are you taking the right decisions? Are you making most of your time? Are you doing things to set you apart from your competition? This is the underlying questions in of this question. Okay, so the next question is, how screwed are you and me? That is basically a question that I have been started asking after this boom of AI, and like everyone is talking about AI. Everyone is talking how it is going to replace other people's jobs and so on. So I was just thinking, how screwed am I? How screwed are you? How does this process looks like? How does this process of and technology coming in and disrupting the current status quo look like? Because this is not the first thing in this this is not happening for the first time. During the times of industrial revolution and during the times of internet and during times of smartphones, this happened. So new technology comes in every 10 years and disrupts everything else. And the question is, the current such a technology these days is called AI. So I'm just trying to dive deep into knowing how it is going to do that. So yeah, so let's dive in. I have made kind of you can call it a presentation, or I have made I have written it down for myself to make sense. I have made it condensed. I have made it in a way that I'm just making this public because I think it will help you shortcut a lot more learning curves, and it will help you to learn things faster than otherwise. So that's why I'm making this public. So let's dive into this. Okay. So I don't think AI, AGI, or anything is going to mess with you from achieving your goals in your life. If you understand how to become the small class of people who benefit from every tech shift. Okay. My understanding about the ecosystem and how everything works evolved to a point where I see the macro big picture and the micro details. And I'm trying to connect the dots in real time so it can be helpful. Okay. So that's what I said. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to give you a higher resolution map on how I think about the information and AI age, which are 2020s and 2030s. I might not be the right person to talk about this, but this is just me making sense about this to myself. Okay, this is for entrepreneurs, creators, artists, agency owners, solopreneurs, anyone who is monetizing a skill, or anyone who wants to learn things. Anyone who wants to learn a non-narrow-minded, holistic view of how to navigate their career. This is not for people who are like narrow-minded into one career, one path. This is for people who want to think creatively and carve out their own kind of career, and the people who are like eager to learn, eager to prove themselves, eager to put themselves in on the cutting edge, people who want to like learn fast, do things that others are not able to do, um, have big success. Like That kind of people. This is not for people who are like looking for um, a normal life, that is. And the other thing I want to say is that even if you're someone who wants a decent life, who does not want to get into this kind of fast-paced life, new career paths and stuff, I think you will be forced to think creatively for the next few years to adapt. I think even I am forced to think that way. So yeah, this is the kind of framework every successful entrepreneur, leader, and smart and capable people I look up to use. They reason from first principles, they do their own analysis, and they make decisions accordingly. Okay, this information I'm going to share with you helps you win in the AI age. That means producing desired outcomes reliably at scale with speed and leverage. So, if you're an entrepreneur, you wake up with validated ideas, you live you with live experiments and clear signals about what to kill and what to double down on. You spend your time deciding, not executing. If you're a creator, you hit record once because the topic, hook, and the structure are already proven. Your content doesn't just get views, it changes how people think, right? If you're an artist, you spend most of your time creating, not chasing algorithms. Your works find the right audience because you understand taste, attention, and exchange. If you're an agency owner, your systems run clean. Your team focuses on outcomes and clients trust you because results are predictable. You sell certainty, not hours. If you're a solopreneur, you know exactly what to work with today and what doesn't. You're not busy, you're effective. If you monetize any skill, you stop competing on effort and start competing on judgment. Tool changes doesn't scare you because you understand where value actually lives. This is very important. Like, you need to understand how where value comes from so that you won't get panicked by every tool shifts or every tech shifts. Okay, I'll cover that in this video as well. Okay, so if you just want to learn better, your mental model updates. That's the difference between using AI and letting it use you. So let's begin. Yeah, get your notes and everything. Let's start. Nature of AI. I like to think of AI as a bundle of raw potential. You can direct it to do whatever you want digitally. It will penetrate into the physical world, and there is no doubt about that. There will be robots assisted with AI. There are already cars which is like autonomous. There is like AI in the physical world. There are robotics. Robots are AI is getting trained on robots. Okay, so it'll get to the level of dexterity, flexibility, balance, speed, and agility and strength of humans, or even it can exceed humans. Think about that for a moment. It can create, it can do anything. It can oh my god, once that rolls out, then a lot of jobs will be gone, and there is nothing, it's not something emotional about that. It's like, it's I'm not imposing any judgment on that. I'm just saying it as a matter of fact. It might happen, it could happen, it will probably happen. So, as based on the trajectory of where things are heading, yeah. So once you start getting desired output without AI, you need to focus on making sure that the same end product can be achieved at lower costs, with higher speed and with better efficiency over time, which AI can help you with. Previously, creating a YouTube script might have taken you 6 hours. With AI, once you train it enough, you can condense that time into 30 minutes, and without losing quality. That is, you can, first of all, you have to get the output better. You have to get the good output by yourself without AI. You need to know what's good output and what's bad output. Otherwise, when you use AI, it will give you a generic output, and you do not know, you would not be able to judge which one is which, right? That's not good, right? That was a side point. Okay, so now the big question is, Can it do everything a human can do? Creative, practical, and logistical. So I think probably, like based on the AI 2027 report, it seems like that. So let me just open it up. So this research team has successfully predicted the how predicted how the rise of AI will be, and it turned out exactly like that. So yeah, so these people they are saying that early 2026 coding agents are getting better than humans. Yes, that's true. Like AI is getting better than bioweapons. I don't know about that. AI is really bad at robotics right now, and it as times goes on, you can see the changes happening here. Okay, or by January 2025, it will get really good at coding. It will get superhuman levels of coding skills, and it will be really good hacker. It will be a really good bioweapons creator. I mean, that sounds scary. And its forecasting abilities becomes as good as a human. Its politics ability, I didn't thought about that. So yeah, by January 2027, 115 reliable agent copies thinking at 21x human speed. It's not only reliable, it's fast, and it's very powerful. This leaves us with the question of whether, like, if it's really smart or even smarter than humans, what's the point of letting the humans do the task? That'll be the question that comes we come to ask from next year. I don't know what will happen based on. I don't This is just a prediction. This is not how things will actually turn out. Okay, so this is, it'll, like, as things goes on, things will change, and it'll get superhuman levels of coding ability, and the algorithms will advance, and April 2027, by 2028, it is like maxed out in politics, coding, hacking, bioweapons, robotics, and forecasting. Damn. And yeah, just you just need to read this. I encourage you to read this. Okay. If so, what does this mean to you, right? Experts are split on, like, the question again is, can it do everything a human can do? Creative, practical, and logistical. Most probably it can, right? So experts up. So when it will happen? It's not a question of if, it's a question of when, right? Experts are split on the time. I mean, even if it rolls out, it does not rolls out for the general public, right? Yeah, it does not roll out that fast. Okay, it will be created in 2 years, but it does not mean that it will be publicly available in 2 years. That's Those two things are different. Okay, so experts are split on the timeline. Some believe we are as close to 2 years away from systems that can rival human level reasoning across many domains. Others think it will take 5 or 6 years or even longer. The truth is, nobody knows. Even if AGI comes sooner than expected, it will arrive unevenly and get deployed unevenly and be adopted unevenly. It will take time. So there's a window between AI being AI, what AI is right now, unreliable, not like executing on long horizon tasks, and AI starting to execute on, you know, longer horizon tasks that are, cognitively intensive. So there's a gap. That window matters. because what you build, learn, and position yourself around during that window determines whether AI becomes a threat to you or the biggest leverage you have ever had. So it's not a question of if, but a question of when. So in the meantime, it is wise to not question whether it's a powerful technology or not, whether you should learn it about or not. You should question how you can learn about it and use it in a way that sets you apart from those who can't. So, and some class of people called AI orchestrators, you probably have heard this name before, stand out and win. We'll come back to that, okay? So, spec and capability. How do they do that? Well, two things. Two things matter when winning in this AI race. It does not just learning. I mean, AI will not replace you if you are really good at what you do. Okay, so that's why I will tell you why it is. This is the reason. So there's spec and there's capability. AI is a bundle of raw potential that can be turned it into anything. Spec is what you give, the commands and instructions you give. It's when you type in the prompt. It's when you like dictate and say what you want out of the chatbot, and everything like every instruction you give to the an AI agent or anything is called spec. Okay, spec has multiple dimensions. It's not just what you put in, it's not the words you use, it's not the ideas you use, it's not what you put, the prompt you put in, it's not the prompt at all. It's about you having the judgment, you having you having an idea about what problem to solve, you having the articulation and the English skills to um, describe to AI what it wants. So I'm not getting ahead of myself, I'm just gonna read this. So spec means the input you provide to AI, context, and so on and so forth, so that it'll produce what you want. Capability means the AI's ability to produce the output, the AI's compute effectiveness, the AI's algorithmic advances, and AI's horsepower. So let's focus on the spec now. Spec is what you give to the AI, this part. Okay. There are three things inside spec that you need to take into account. The first one is language, the second one is context, and the third one is scale. Okay, language. So this bundle of raw potential can be used to create anything. The bridge between a human and and this potential is language. Language is the way you communicate with AI through thinking, writing, or the cool way of saying it, prompt engineering. The limits of my language means the limits of my world. This line is by Ludwig Wittgenstein, one of the most influential philosophers in the 20th century. So he argues that what we can think, understand, and articulate is constrained by the language available to us. So this is the time to read widely, understand the world, understand your domain of expertise, know what you're talking about, and vocalize your expertise in English. So this is a caveat. This is some things I want to say. If you're from a third world country or an India or something like that, India or any other country that was created after World War II, any country that where English is not the primary language. Okay, you can debate whether learning English is a good thing or a bad thing, especially given the political slash colonial history of countries that got created after World War II. But you cannot deny the fact that it is the universal language and the fact that it is an extremely powerful tool that will help you to work with the world. The better you are at doing that, that is the better you are at better you become at thinking, world building, and giving context to AI, the better outputs you get. You also need to orchestrate things correctly, which is the next. I'll touch upon that in a moment. So you can see this image. So what this image is So the next thing is context. So look at this image. So five men who are blind is touching an elephant and don't understand what it is. Person who touches the nose of the elephant thinks, or the trunk of the elephant thinks that it is a snake, or it is, I don't know, it is a snake. The person who touches on the um, ears of the elephant thinks that it's a fan. The person who touches the legs of the elephant thinks that it is a tree. The person who touches the tail of the elephant thinks that it's a rope. So the person who touches the body, the stomach of the elephant thinks that it's a wall, right? So everyone's understanding of the elephant is dependent upon where they touch. So they are blind, they do not understand the context. The context is called the entire elephant, right? And the parts of that thing do not make up the sum of it, if that makes sense. So if you understand the mechanics of AI, if you understand what you're talking about, if you understand the whole context about what you're doing, how the work you do affects the output and the whole value chain of your business, and how one action produces the next action, and one department influences the other department, how marketing influences sales, and so on and so forth. If you understand the nuances between them and get the full context about a business or organization or whatever you're doing, you will have the context, right? You will then you will be able to create highly sophisticated inputs that will help you produce world class output, right? So this is especially true for high stakes, high skilled professions or projects where high precision and low or zero margin of error is extremely important. Okay, so by using language, and another thing is that if you can give the AI proper context better than others, you'll get output better than others, and that is a competitive advantage because AI is fast, reliable, and so on and so forth. It is a really good executor, and if you apply your idea brain, or like your if you increase your ability to express your ideas to AI, it will the AI's ability to produce the outcome you want will increase. So that makes sense. So by using language in a precise and sophisticated way, you can tune raw potential to do exactly what you want and produce exactly what you want. I haven't like bolded this. I am a little bit okay. Okay, first of all, no matter what you're doing, you need to get good at your main skill. Forget using AI to accelerate until you are good enough to make things happen with your own skills. Because if you don't do that, you will think that AI's outputs are good. In fact, it might not be, but you don't know how to tell the difference. So you have to get good at your skill, whether it's marketing, whether it's copywriting, whether it's sales, whether it's whatever it is. Then only you can judge the AI's skill, right? You cannot judge what you don't understand. I mean, you can, like, you cannot judge something's skill without understanding the nuances of that skill, without being good at it yourself, right? You can see, I mean, if you say produce me the script, it will produce the script, but you don't know how the components of a good script, how a good script is made. You don't know the audio, how to hook attention of humans. If you don't have the context yourself, it does not matter. AI will just produce the output, but you don't know the reason behind it, the meaning of it. Even if AI gives you great stuff, you will never know what's great. This is what exactly what I said. So the third thing when it comes to giving spec to the AI is scale. Okay, people who can orchestrate multiple AI driven departments will create things much faster without compromising quality by using the same compute from data centers that everyone else has access to. The difference is that they know how to use that compute effectively and efficiently. They know how to hit the mark, right? Once you start hitting the mark, you can use AI to hit the mark at scale or hire other people with judgment, taste, and experience. At the scale level, you start to become an AI orchestrator. So I'll like explain what an AI orchestrator is in a moment. So let's move to the next section, which is what will AI eat?